Don't miss the latest Kickstarter by Archon Studios.
Spiking bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I am Baer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Kickstarter by Archon Studios. This is more of a board game release, and I know you're probably like, hey, why are you talking about board games? Well, we want to start talking about more board games here, but I thought this was an interesting offering because they have some really cool looking miniatures in Chronicle X that kind of remind us of maybe some stuff here in the real world, and it looks to be a pretty fun type board game as well. So let's jump over there and take a look at their Kickstarter first, and then some of their miniatures. So here it is, Chronicle X by Archon Studio. It looks like, obviously this project is not live. It goes live supposedly on December 18th. That is what I'm being told. However, I'm sure things are always subject to change in the near future. But for a board game Kickstarter for $40,000 goal, I think that's pretty reasonable, to be quite honest. And for what you get here, we all know board games aren't cheap. So there's already folks checking in about the Kickstarter here, saying different things about it, asking questions and such. To me, it looks really interesting, almost a version, like a kind of a cross between Zombicide and HeroClix, so to speak. And you can see down there, these cards look to, each member looks to have abilities that not only maybe degrade over time, but also you have unique weapon pickups and those little cards right there that go into the character set here. I'm not a board game guy, so I can't comment on the board games itself, but what I do like talking about, and probably one of the reasons you're here on this channel, is miniatures, of course. And here is a look at some of the miniatures that will be coming in this game. These are some of the heroes that are fighting against the aliens, or the Greys as they're called. So instead of, if it is a Zombicide or similar to Zombicide, well, I guess it's against some aliens, and there they are, the Greys, and then of course they go on up the food chain of who's in charge, all the way up to what it looks to be Psi aliens. Those are interesting. There's some of the game boards and tiles, the hero cards, the world map. So it looks like it has a kind of overall arc to it, as opposed to just, you know, local kind of battles with those neighborhoods and stuff, and mission cards and item upgrade cards and such that you would imagine there. And it goes on and on, talks about the miniatures. There's some of the painted figures and things. I really like that guy right there in the power armor. That's kind of like a almost like a cross between Mr. Anderson and the guys from, I guess maybe like the Men in Black, somewhat right there. But lots of cool looking miniatures to be had here. Or not Mr. Anderson, the Agent Smith, that's who it is, that's right. And there's some of the bad guy alien stuff. They look cool. Like, these miniatures look pretty cool. So you can check out, we'll have the link to the Kickstarter below for you to check out right there. But since we got you here, let's take a look at some of the miniatures, because that's probably why you're on this channel. And here they are. Now, these are 32mm scale unicast. I guess they use, what is it, that hips, I think it's called, material, so to speak, to make these. I don't know a whole lot about that particular material itself, but I can tell that a lot of people are going to it, of course, out there. Now, the detail here looks great. It's just like in the pictures, a little Area 51, no aliens allowed, and, well, it looks like there might be some aliens there, judging by the groundwork. Very cool looking miniature with lots of good detail sculpted into it. The folds of the suit, that crazy gun, whatever this thing is, some sort of mind control unit, I don't even know, but it goes up into his belt, and who knows where it goes from there. So that guy's kind of cool. And then here's some of the bad guys, some of these aliens. Super big alien guy right here with this crazy alien feats over some sort of treasure chest of good stuff on some diamond plate. Looks really cool. Some cuts in here in this exosuit or endoskeleton. I can't tell if it's part of the alien or if that's just, is that him? I don't know. But either way, looking pretty fresh. And then this guy here is one of those Psi aliens. Kind of reminds me of Martian Manhunter, or maybe Spawn, or maybe, I don't know, Doctor Strange. All of the above. some sort of craziness, but he's definitely floating along. And got some rocks there, kind of flipping up off the ground and things. Little barrel. Very well detailed. I mean, on most of these, I would just clean them up with some soap and water and then hit them with some paint and paint them up. But I'm sure on the board game side of things, you might not be that interested in them. Hey, it's just a miniature to play with. Put it on the board and let's play. But for some of us that like the tabletop aspect of it, I could see where these would make cool figures for the game there. And here's the sniper guy, of course, taking a shot. Even the barrel's drilled out right there. All sorts of great detail work on the tires right there. Some sort of laser thingamabobber. I don't know what he's shooting. Maybe that's a power source for this gun. Looks pretty legit there. Some grenades and pouches and things, and extra rounds down there on the base. More diamond plate and loose chains. There's a few other miniatures too we can take a look at. This kind of cross between the 70s and Kill Bill a little bit right there. I feel like dope blades. Very well detailed, of course, as you would come to expect. Looks like she sliced up an alien right there, huh? And this is Dr. Fujikawa, I think, if I remember correctly. Interesting miniature, kind of little steampunky with a sword blade. Base is a little bit different from the other guys there, but doesn't take away or anything like that. So very cool styling. Nice posing, I dig it. And here's some of the other crazy aliens. This guy's another one of the Psi aliens, so floating along, bringing stuff with him. And then just the ground troop grays right there. Looks to be like a faux sewer kind of base, or maybe like a warehouse, throwing some sort of grenade. This guy is not wearing any sort of exosuit. Looks to be pretty much naked for the most part right there. But sculpted very well. Very cool. And another alien. I guess this guy might be the next step up, so to speak, with some crazy pew laser gun exosuit sort of thing right there. Now these, like I said, are on 32mm bases, so they compare to the warhammers pretty well. I mean, that's a 25mm based Chaos Cultist, right about the same size there. So good scaling on that if you're looking to use it on the tabletop when it comes to Warhammer 40k. The new crazy Primaris Marines are definitely on the same scale with some of these bigger aliens, both on 32s, but something like that, probably more on what their scale is like. So definitely a 32mm based miniatures game for sure right there. That looks great. So that's basically all I got. I know a little bit about the background to the game. I don't really know much about the game, but just kind of spitballing as I saw what was up on the Kickstarter. Best is you guys could tell. Again, not a board gameologist. I'm not into them. I couldn't even tell you the different types. It shoots a ladder, a type of board game. Probably not the best person to be talking about board games, but I could talk about miniatures all day, and these definitely could see a lot of play on the tabletop out there outside of the board games. And if you're looking for detail, well, they got it in spades, of course, and I'm sure there will be more and more miniatures revealed here in the near future for Chronicle X from Archon Studio, of course, going on Kickstarter the 18th of December 2017. So scroll down, check the description box for the link to it. Go over there, ask them some questions, tell them what you think about it before it goes live, and tell them Spiky Bits sent you.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.